Oh, ladies and gentlemen, they call me Ouagadougou. Oh, Ibrahim Traoré. I am still saying it. If we have 20 Ibrahim Traoré in Africa, Africa will be the talk of the world. Look how Ibrahim Traoré turned 3 lifeless lakes, 3 lakes that were dead, forgotten for years, that were not even existing again, but they were just there, abandoned area. See how Ibrahim Traoré turned the 3 lakes back to life. In fact, beautiful place and city in Burkina Faso. I don't want to talk too much. When I'm talking about the antecedents of Ibrahim Traoré, I always want people to see, not just for me to talk. That is why most time if I post videos on my page, always watch them till the end and share it. Like this one. God bless.
Yet monumental transformation is underway. 3 lakes, barrages 1, 2, and 3, once choked with mud, algae, and neglect, are being reborn. This isn't simply an environmental cleanup. These lakes are being elevated to national symbols of renewal. Through a bold $100 million initiative led by President Ibrahim Traoré, they are being restored and redesigned as hubs of ecological balance, sports, agriculture, tourism, and civic pride. This vision, unfolding quietly but steadily, signals the beginning of an ambitious strategy to propel Burkina Faso into a new era of sustainability, creativity, and global relevance. These lakes were once vital to life in the capital. They supplied water to thousands and supported agriculture and small-scale fishing. Over time, due to urban sprawl, lack of maintenance, and unchecked pollution, they fell into decay. Their waters receded, their biodiversity dwindled, and their importance faded into memory. Now, with President Traoré's leadership, that trend is being reversed through a comprehensive plan to not only revive them, but to transform them into cornerstones of the country's rebirth. This transformation was catalyzed by a workshop held on July 10, 2025. It brought together government officials, engineers, environmentalists, economists, and local citizens to revisit a long-abandoned plan first proposed in 2007. Under Traoré's direction, this dormant proposal has evolved into a cutting-edge strategy grounded in self-reliance. At its heart lies a doctrine that prioritizes local ownership, independence from foreign aid, and sustainable growth driven by the people of Burkina Faso themselves. What makes the project unique is its scope. Rather than simply dredging lakes and cleaning surrounding areas, the plan takes a multi-pronged approach to development. The lakes are being dredged to restore their full capacity, but they are also being reimagined as platforms for water-based activities, transport, sports, boating, and leisure. At the same time, extensive green zones are being developed around them: parks, gardens, cycling paths, playgrounds, and public spaces that will reconnect citizens with nature and improve their quality of life. Around the lakes, parks and botanical gardens are being established, forming a kind of green lung for Ouagadougou. This urban oasis is designed not only to improve health and aesthetics, but to restore ecological balance and provide new avenues for sport, tourism, and recreation. The aim is to make the capital a greener, more livable city, and to use these lakes as anchors in a larger urban vision that values sustainability. Central to this project is the empowerment of communities. Traoré's plan directly involves local populations, ensuring they're not just spectators but active participants and beneficiaries. Farmers are being given access to water for irrigation and to land for growing aquatic crops and raising livestock. Young people are receiving training to become tour guides, technicians, and entrepreneurs. Families are gaining access to clean, safe, and beautiful spaces to gather, play, and grow. This emphasis on localized grassroots development ensures that economic benefits remain in the hands of the people and that communities develop a sense of ownership and pride. The area around the lakes is also being developed into an adventure and learning hub. Ziplining, rock climbing, kayaking, and water sports will attract thrill seekers and athletes. At the same time, research centers and educational zones will offer students and scholars real-world learning environments focused on ecology, urban planning, and sustainable development. These spaces will double as living laboratories and as tourist attractions, blending education with excitement and creating a balanced, future-oriented environment. The architectural design of these new zones is built to reflect modern ecological principles. Solar-lit walkways, eco-resorts, floating cafes, and sustainable construction methods will give the lakes a futuristic yet grounded identity. Visitors will experience a tourism product that is deeply African, but also innovative and competitive on the global stage. The project aspires to create a cultural and natural experience unlike any other in the region, one that can attract visitors from all over the world. For President Traoré, this project is about more than infrastructure or tourism. It is about identity. These lakes are not just places to store water, he declared. They are places that hold hope, job opportunities, beauty, and national pride. This sentiment captures the deeper emotional and symbolic meaning of the initiative. It's a national rebirth, rooted in dignity, pride, and a belief in the country's own strength. In a world where many African nations are still seen as dependent on aid, Burkina Faso is charting a different course. Notably, the entire project is being carried out with minimal reliance on foreign aid. It is funded through the national budget, support from Burkinabe citizens abroad, and strategic public-private partnerships. When foreign partners are involved, they must meet strict conditions, chief among them being the respect for national sovereignty and a commitment to using local labor and materials. This approach guarantees that the majority of economic benefits stay within the country, while also sending a strong political message. Burkina Faso will rise by its own hands, not as a client state of larger powers. This lakeside restoration also serves as the foundation for a far more expansive urban vision, Vision 2040. This long-term plan involves building a comprehensive green belt around the capital, transforming the entire city into a hub of sustainable living. The rehabilitated lakes will act as the centerpieces of this network, which will include green transportation, reforestation areas, clean energy hubs, and climate-resilient residential zones. The city is being reimagined from the ground up, not just beautified, but strategically restructured for the future. Already, the first phase of this ambitious project is underway. Government agencies are conducting detailed technical studies, environmental impact assessments, and implementation plans. The goal is to complete the initial stage, including dredging, road construction, and tourism infrastructure, within 3 years. This structured, phased approach provides both clarity and momentum, allowing people to see tangible progress while maintaining focus on the long-term goal. And the people are not passive observers. Across the capital, citizens are volunteering to help clean the lake beds, plant trees, paint murals, and support local ecological markets. This public enthusiasm has transformed what might have been a bureaucratic exercise into a true grassroots movement. There is a collective feeling that this isn't just a government project, it's a national revival. A sense of shared purpose and unity is emerging, woven through the environmental and economic threads of this effort. Women, in particular, are being placed at the center of the transformation. Women's cooperatives are being supported to engage in fish farming, lotus flower cultivation, and artisanal production using local water plants. Training programs are equipping them with business and marketing skills, turning these lake zones into powerful incubators of inclusive growth. In this way, the lakes are becoming engines of female empowerment, helping to shift gender dynamics and promote equitable development from the grassroots up. Burkina Faso's universities are also joining in. Students are conducting research at the lakes, while startup companies are setting up small offices to test new environmental technologies. The government is facilitating these ventures by allocating zones for educational research and startup incubation. These efforts are planting the seeds of a future economy driven not only by tourism or agriculture, but also by innovation, science, and green technology. Connectivity is another key element. Plans are in motion to link the lake areas to the national highway grid through the new Faso-Mbo Expressway initiative. This integration will make it easier for tourists to reach the lakes while helping local producers move goods to markets quickly. The lakes will not stand in isolation, but will become integrated into the national development network, opening new markets and stimulating regional economies. In a landlocked country like Burkina Faso, lacking beaches and major landmarks, this initiative provides a new identity for the tourism sector. These lakes, if properly developed, can position Ouagadougou as an emerging green capital of West Africa. With political stability gradually returning and security improving, the country is well placed to reintroduce itself to global travelers. The lakes are becoming the front door to a Burkina Faso that is self-confident, serene, and inviting. Importantly, the lakes represent more than money or statistics. They are a statement of belief. They proclaim that a nation long underestimated can not only dream, but achieve. In the eyes of Traoré's administration, these projects are proof that Africans can build without handouts, lead without instruction, and flourish without imitation. These lakes, in their quiet resurgence, are declarations of faith in a national destiny sculpted by its own people. Children who once grew up by muddy swamps will now play beside clear waters. Their memories will not be of decay, but of opportunity, joy, and renewal. They will grow up believing that greatness is possible, and not just somewhere else, but right at home. And as they watch the sun glint off the lake's surface, they will understand that this rebirth wasn't a gift, it was earned. In a world of rapid climate change, inequality, and cultural erasure, Burkina Faso is carving a path that is both radical and responsible. These 3 lakes are not just returning to life, they are giving life. They represent a powerful symbol of hope, proof of national will, and a blueprint for what Africa can become when it leads itself forward with courage, clarity, and unity.